So one of the most, I guess you could say, entertaining moments, give and take, during that Trump news conference was when the president began addressing Jim Acosta of CNN. And there's been a little bit of, there's been a little bit of attention, but they actually started laughing and joking with each other. But is there really anything to laugh about when it comes to the AT&T Time Warner deal? Time Warner, of course, the parent of CNN. Charlie Gasparino on new news about the potential or possibility, and, of course, the new FCC chair just taking a complete pass on the question.
And we do have exclusive details on this from people close to Donald Trump. We should point out that President Trump went out there and took a shot at Jeff Zucker. It was kind of a bizarre shot. He goes, I know how Zucker got his job. I'm not quite sure what that meant, but he mentioned him specifically in the press. Who knows? It was a pejorative. But in any event, this is what we're hearing from people close to Donald Trump. What they're saying, for the Trump administration to approve this deal, they believe Trump himself will demand either a spinoff of CNN or the resignation of the chief of CNN, Jeff Zucker. That's what people close to Donald Trump are telling me exclusively. I've interviewed more than one. And they are adamant that Trump has both immense animosity still to this day toward Zucker. And we should point out, I did this story, I was doing this reporting even before this press conference and this came up. He has immense animosity toward Zucker and CNN still over the coverage. And I will tell you this. We've reported this in the past. We know that there's animosity between two. Donald Trump has said in the past he thinks they're unfair. He also has tried to make economic arguments about concentration of media in one place, given the fact that AT&T has massive distribution, and now they're going to have a lot of content, including news content, that distribution could keep out other content, competing voices. He has problems with that. But the real crux of the story here is the animosity, I believe, between Donald Trump and AT&T.
And they believe, that sit with you?
Excuse me, and CNN. And CNN, and they believe that could be a problem with getting the deal done, unless, of course, there's a spinoff or something happens with Zucker. We should point out, just to make a couple points, and then you can ask me this. Bankers say a spinoff. I talked to a lot of bankers. They say that's still a possibility to get the job done, get the deal done. And here's the thing where you know there's some reality to this. If you listen to Mr. Pai, Ajit Pai today, speaking with Trish Regan, he gave very
we said it hasn't come to his desk, so he's not commenting on it, and it may never come to his desk.
And he was talking about the free market. You would think the stock of Time Warner would rise on that dramatically because he was not saying no to the deal. That's not true. Stock is barely budged. We should point out that the stock is still trading well below the $107 deal price. It's somewhere like 96 right now. So the market is saying there's a good chance this deal isn't going to get done.
Yeah, but it's very close to its annual high, Charlie, which is $97.
No, but that's not the question. The deal price is priced at 107.
Right,
It's
that's true.
It's not trading
But
there.
how does it sit with you that a president of the United States would demand the removal of a CEO of a company because he doesn't
might. We're not saying definitely. We're saying might. Or a spinoff of the.
For us free marketeers, even looking at our own competitors, isn't that a little thin-skinned or ridiculous? Or I mean, I don't quite know where to...
There could be two. Listen, I understand your question, and it's a serious question. There could be two reasons why he doesn't want this deal done. He might really hate CNN and wants to screw them and make them not have as much power as they have because they would have more power with AT&T. But he also might be able to make a legitimate argument of the concentration of power being with AT&T if they have a big news organization like CNN and control a lot of distribution.
But Comcast got Universal.
I know. They're going to have to give some stuff all up, and who knows? The animosity that he has to CNN is palpable in all these press conferences. And Liz, I'm telling you, bankers, who watch every nuance of what Mr. Pai says and this guy says, and looking at the Justice Department run by a free marketeer, Jeff Sessions, now who's going to have to appoint someone in the antitrust division, they do believe there is a distinct possibility that CNN might get spun off. And I'm telling you, the friends of Trump I spoke to mentioned two things. They say there could be a spinoff of CNN, or maybe he would settle for Jeff Zucker's resignation, who he absolutely despises. He despises him. And by the way, he makes this point in conversations with his friends. Donald Trump does. He thinks Jeff Zucker is a jerk. I don't. I actually think he's a pretty good guy.
I
I met
worked for
him a
him,
few times.
and he's a good manager, at least.
I'm just telling you what. Listen, AT&T wants to keep CNN, obviously.
Well, the Dow just went negative on that, and now
Did it?
we're positive. We're actually now probably at 88
So I
times
moved the
that we've-
market on this?